everybody. My name's Mo. Right now we are in my 2017 base model 370Z. A lot of people always ask me the same question. Why'd you get the base model? Why didn't you go find a Sport or a Nismo? Well, to be honest with you, I did try and find a Sport. And I found a couple, but they were automatics or on salvage titles. And one, I want a manual car, I didn't want automatic. I have nothing against them, it's not what I wanted. Two, the salvage title game, I don't really like to play that game. You know, there's too many things that go on with salvage titles. I'm not really trying to play that game. So, with the base model, one of the main things I really like about it is how I feel in the car. In the Z in general, like, let's be honest, Nissan hasn't upgraded or updated the inside of these since they came out. But even then, still, like, the inside of this car feels like a 90s car. And that's perfectly fine with me because I love 90s cars. Like, I love my analog gauges. I don't even have a gear display. Like, it doesn't tell me what gear I'm in. I gotta actually know what I'm doing, know how to drive my car. I don't have none of those safety sense packages, no lane keep assist. I don't even have a backup camera, which sucks because the blind spot, especially out of the right, is terrible. You're backing out of a spot sometimes, Supreme Being take the wheel. I know some of y'all ain't into it. But yeah, man, like I love the car. Everything about it is amazing. Like, all the way down to the buttons on the radio. Although my base model didn't come with Bluetooth from a phone, so that was kind of interesting. 2017, come on, man. We could have had Bluetooth in here. There's nothing wrong with Bluetooth. You got a USB port to plug my phone in, but I can't Bluetooth it to the radio. But no worries, all upgradable. Everything you can do to a sport model, you can do to a base model. And to be honest, like, a lot of people, when it comes to this car, you really don't need the extra things that the sport model comes with. The Nismo, that's a whole nother league in its own, because the Nismo's a Nismo. It's amazing. That's why it has the cool name attached to it. But when it comes to, like, comparing sport and base, I think the only places you'll really notice a difference is on the track. That's the only place you'll probably notice the difference, and that all depends on your skill level. Me, I'm still a beginner. I've only done one track day so far, and that was in this car, and everything went amazing. I didn't have any moments to where I felt like, the car wasn't capable. I didn't feel like I wasn't going to be able to stop or control it. Like, everything went just fine. So when it comes to the argument of why didn't you get a sport, why would I? The closest sport that I could find when using Car Gurus that didn't have a salvage title was about within 75 miles of here, and it was about $5,000 more expensive than my base model and had higher mileage. This one only had 24,000 miles on it and only 2 previous owners, which, that's not too bad. There was no modifications. Car was bone stock, so that's always a good sign because I really don't want a car that's been modified, and I don't really want a car that's modified and been beaten on, as my fun toy. I don't want to buy someone else's problems. So this base was perfect for me. I daily drive it. I take it to the track. But yeah, the base model, it's amazing. Additionally, I did a lot of research, like, on YouTube and on the forums, and I couldn't really find any real negatives of the base model. Like, I'm not saying there's negatives to the sports. In all honesty, you could probably find negatives to every vehicle, but I couldn't find any real negatives negatives to this car for the purpose in which I wanted. Everything that I wanted to do with this car, I could do. Or I could upgrade. I wasn't restricted. I noticed that when I was looking into differentials and whatnot, the base model has an open diff, whereas the sport model and up comes with an LSD. Yes, it's cool, but I also saw reviews on like people talking about their LSDs and heating issues and problems with that, and I was like, oh, well, I mean, it's kind of a negative. It wasn't anything major with their LSDs or anything like that. Just a lot of people said with tracking them after a while with the heat problems, it would feel like an open diff. So, I mean, I already have an open diff. When it comes to the rev matching thing, like, when I did go to the track, I spoke to quite a few guys who had Z's, and all of them said they turn the rev matching off when it comes to tracking. So, I mean, I don't think that makes any of them the expert or anything like that, but when I talked to 9 other guys with Z's, and they all say that they don't use the rev matching when they're on the track. They really just use it for the cool factor on the street, for the ones who did take their cars on the street. That right there helped ease my mind on the rev matching capability. You can upgrade the base to have the rev match. I'm not sure how much it costs, but it doesn't really seem like that big of a deal, you know? It doesn't really seem like something I can't live without. Everything else though with the Z is amazing. I love it. I love the look. When I bought this one, it had halos already on it. I think that's the only mod that was done to it. Other than that, oh, and they painted the calipers yellow, which, that's cool. I mean, it's nothing I can be mad at, nothing I dislike. I actually like the look. But yeah, I like the base model. And I think a lot more people should consider a base model. I think what you should do when it comes to picking a Z or any car in general is don't just look online at the upsides and downsides to the car that you want in a general sense. Look at them in your scope. If you're just getting a car, a cool street car to play with and daily on the road, you don't really need the Nismo. Like, you're not using that car to its capability. I mean, if you want to spend the money for it, that's on you, but I don't think it's necessary for you to spend that type of money for a car that was built to slay the track and never take it out to the track. Like, you definitely got to take that to the track. The sport, I feel like the sport is the in-between. It's the, I want to take to the track, but I also want to enjoy it on the road. And a lot of the things are done for you. The base, I don't think the base was designed to be just a road car, just a daily. I think the base was designed to be a blank canvas, to do whatever you want to it. And by goodness, I am going to do whatever I want to it. But I'm also open to some suggestions. Some of you guys might have some ideas, something that I should look into or that I should do. Let me know. Let me know on the channel. This is my first video, and I'm not 100% sure where I'm going with this channel, but I do know that I want to do reviews on all of the mods that I put on this car. I don't so much want to do install videos because there are tons of install videos, and also I'm mechanically savvy, but at the same time I have a lot going on in life, so if I do an install video, it's going to take me a while to do the install. Let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, comment. Tell me whatever you want to tell me down in the comments. Tell me why you think I'm right, that the base model is a blank canvas and a great project, or tell me why you think I'm wrong.